Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I'm doing your January 26, 2020's daily tarot card reading, okay? And so the first card that I have for you is the Two of Wands reversed, okay? The previous day's readings were about like marriage betrayal, loss of jobs. There was a husband who was cheating on his wife. It caused him to lose his job, possibly his wife to lose her job too. So they're in the process of trying to find work, okay? So the first card for this reading is the Two of Wands reversed, and this is about an inequality in finding a partner who is matching you in some way, shape, or form, okay? So this is from the masculine's perspective. So if his wife had a job and she was working, there was some type of sabotage going on in her work area or her office or wherever, and it caused her to lose her job. So I'm not sure why the masculine is thinking that he needs a equal partner, because I'm not sure how much of a role he played in her losing her job. He was sleeping with someone, and that someone was spying on him and causing mischief, okay? So the reason why I know this is from the masculine's point of view is because the next card is the King of Wands. And so the King of Wands is like a husband, okay? He's supposed to be like an upstanding citizen and be caring and loving, and that's in theory. But it depends on this person. He can be quite cold-hearted because for some reason there's a lizard showing at the bottom of this card, okay? So he looks like a husband, okay? As long as he's not someone else's husband, at least. But make sure that he is, a good person in his heart, okay? In this masculine's heart, I'm not sure. He comes across to me as cold, because when his wife lost her job, he just walked out the door, basically. He really didn't care. He went to his, I don't know, mistress, someone else's house. I don't know. Okay? So you have to go back 2 days reading to check. Okay? So, okay, so some cards came out after this, and I'm not sure why I put the cards back, but I had to pull them back just in case they had a meaning, okay? So what's going on is that this King of Wands is looking for an equitable partner. He's trying to recover from a heartbreak, okay? The cards that had come out before this, Three of Swords in the reverse, the cards that came out before were the Empress, the Strength card. I think I did it wrong. I'm sorry. Hold on. The Knight of Wands, the Strength card, and the Empress card, okay? So, so that means that the King of Wands is looking for an equitable partner, and he was the type of person who moved around too much, okay? I think he gained control of himself and stopped trying to jump from person to person, and I guess he's trying to approach his wife back, okay, the Empress. Okay, so that is the heartbreak that he's trying to recover from. I don't honestly know if this Empress here is his mistress, the person from his past, or the person that he's married to, okay? Or if this is his ideal, okay? And maybe perhaps it's an ideal because we had the Two of Wands reversed. So he's trying to find an equitable partner. So in his mind, an equitable partner is an Empress, okay? So I don't know if that's a person he actually had in his life or that's just his ideal. And so he's chasing after dreams. Okay? Excuse me. So this King of Wands is suffering from some type of depression. And it may be because he's in a fantasy world. I'm not sure if he's seeing clearly. And so he's also suffering from boredom. Let me see if there's anything else here. He may be suffering from a separation, okay? So I don't know if the Empress in his life was actually a real person or if it was just his ideal of what he desired. But he's suffering from a separation from this ideal, from this ability to achieve this relationship with an Empress in his life. And so once again, we have the separation card showing up. So there's some type of issue. He's being away from this Empress, whether she was real or not, is making this King of Wands feel regretful of past decisions, of separating himself, because he walked out on his wife. And so maybe he's regretting that decision. He tried to come back and she realized that he was an enemy, so she blocked him. And so maybe that's why he's regretting this. He's quite indecisive, seeing as though the Knight of Wands card had come out after the King of Wands, okay? So he was not the type of stable... okay, so it's almost like this King of Wands card here is almost... it's kind of like a face, a mask that he's wearing, like he's a loving husband, but really and truly he was acting as a Knight of Wands. He was acting as a masculine who is not stable and not grounded in his marriage. Okay, he was indecisive, in between fantasies and reality. Excuse me. So, okay, and so when we have the Two of Swords here, it's kind of like he's trying to choose in between his past. I don't know if his past is his past might be his wife, because there's a separation right now, okay? And so his past may be over to the left over here, and then what he's trying to go toward may be his dream, ideal Empress. So, as I stated, he may be in confusion. I've kind of gone over this a couple times where it seems like he's confused at times. He doesn't know what he wants, or he doesn't really know what's going on. And he will get confused when it comes to his money or whose home he belongs in. He's like kind of confused. And so he seems like he's suffering from a lack of identity. And that's something he needs to conquer on his own. That's not something that you go to a relationship for. So it's kind of weird, because he's saying... that he desires to have an ideal partner, but really and truly he needs to work on himself, because I don't know if he's seeing reality for what it is. So if he works on himself and builds up his career and makes himself strong and stable, maybe perhaps he won't have to worry about the partner. Maybe the partner will just come to him. So it's not that I'm saying that I know what's going on. It just seems like he's confused a lot. Like he doesn't know where he belongs. He doesn't know what job to go for. He's like kind of confused. So he needs to maybe, get himself together first. So, so he's indecisive about his dreams versus his past, which was his wife. I'm not sure if he's confused in between his mistress from the past versus his wife, or just his ideals, his dreams versus his wife. So, so he's juggling back and forth, trying to figure out where is he going to put his attention. Is it going to be on the past? Is it going to be on the future? Where does his energy need to be invested in? And so he decides to take a leap of faith toward his dreams, to see what he can accomplish, or what can he, successfully achieve. Okay? And so the next card is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a card of, it could be an adversary, it can be a thief, but it could also be you putting in work, like into a project, into your hopes and dreams. And so maybe perhaps that's what he's doing, because that's what I was kind of wondering. Like, since he's so confused, if he puts in some work into himself, maybe perhaps he will find some direction. So maybe a friend comes and gives him some type of advice or some type of information that helps him to get to where he needs to go. So that could also be an ex too. I wonder if that's the mistress trying to come around with some type of information, like come this direction. I'm not sure. Okay, so the next card here is looking for opportunities. So in this situation, I'm not sure if this is financial opportunities or love opportunities. So I'm going to kind of peek. I think that it could be both. So I'm peeking at the other cards. So the next card here is the Magician. So the Magician card, the masculine, the King of Wands, is trying to attract or manifest what he desires, okay? Hopefully he's clear on what he desires. That way he doesn't get really confused, okay? And I won't get confused trying to figure out what he's thinking. So the next card here is the Eight of Pentacles. So he's trying to put some energy, effort, time, money into his career. It doesn't have to be his career, but it seems like it, to make sure that he has something stable and long lasting, so he doesn't have to get concerned and say, what am I going to do next? I'm so confused. Where do I belong? You know? So seems like he's thinking clearly. That's great. So he's focusing on manifesting his dreams and gaining abundance for himself. And so that's good. Now he has his head screwed on right. So now he's like, yeah, I'm in I'm sorry, guys. King of Pentacles energy. I want to be about my money. I want my money to grow. I want to do wise things, invest well, and, you know, not have to worry about this issue again in the future because I want to be stable. So the next card here is the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay, and technically this card was horizontal, so it doesn't have to be a negative meaning. But so the partner that he's with, it might be his mistress. And right now, if she is in the reverse position, she's more domineering, like, you know, you got some money, give me money, put it in my account, not in your account. I'm going to determine what we're going to do here. You have no say. Something like that. And that's if the card is supposed to be in the reverse. So if the masculine is finding out who he is and what he wants to do and doing that successfully, he still has people in his ear pulling him here and there, and then he's still going to lose out because he's not focused on what he needs to focus on. So I guess he has to watch who he has around him. So the feminine here, I don't know if the masculine, the King of Pentacles, if he told the Queen of Wands no. Technically, it really kind of depends. See, this is the King of Wands here, okay? So the Queen of Wands could be a mistress, but because this is the King of Wands, it could also be his wife, okay? So that's an either or. The point is, if she is in reverse position, she's probably in a bad mood and not being so loving and passionate, but more being controlling. And so maybe she didn't get a chance to control him because right now she's stressed out. No, this could be his wife. I keep seeing his wife in this position where she's stressed out because she lost her job. So, in yesterday's reading on the 25th, it seemed like they had manifested some money because the Queen and the King both had gotten into King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles energy, which was good. I guess the good thing is from the masculine's point of view, he is able to hold that position today. So he's finding himself, and that's probably good. So, but from his wife's point of view, she hasn't gotten herself situated. And because of that, maybe she's feeling upside down and not feeling very good. And it's bringing her sorrow because she wants to achieve a luxurious lifestyle. She's used to a luxurious lifestyle. And so she doesn't want to feel dependent on the masculine, okay? It does seem like this is his wife, so maybe that's a good thing. So there's a judgment call, and I'm not sure if this is on the wife's desire to add income to herself or to her status. So I don't know if this situation for the past 3 to 4 days has caused the wife to lose her income. It's making her sad because she likes providing for herself or likes to provide for herself. And I'm not sure if there's a call above her head that's saying, no, you're going to be stuck right here wherever you are, and the masculine is going to handle the finances. I'm not sure if that's what this card is showing, but it seems like that. So, well, it kind of depends on how do you see the next card. So the next card here is the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles card is about financial increases, beginnings of success financially. And because we were dealing with the feminine here, she may be crying right now, but perhaps if she gives it a minute, maybe perhaps things will get better for her. Okay, so the title yesterday was good news about money. So I'm wondering if this couple is seeing a recovery of the things that they lost, which is a blessing. I don't know if they spent some time praying and asking for direction. I'm not sure. But from the feminine's point of view, look what happened. We have the Empress, okay? So, it almost seems like we're in crying over spilled milk energy from the feminine's point of view. You know, the funniest thing, when I had shuffled cards, I told you the cards that came out after the King of Wands, but I don't know why they came out. If I put them back, they came out in an odd way that didn't seem right. Sometimes I might have gotten startled and then cards fell out or something. So I wrote down the cards that fell out in case they were supposed to be there, but they came out in an odd way. So that's how I knew the cards that had come out. But the Empress did come out. The King of Wands came out, the Knight of Wands came out, Strength, and then the Empress, okay? So the Empress seemed to have been behind the King of Wands. I don't know if that was by accident or it came out on purpose, okay? So, I think that's what the King of Wands was looking for. It seems like he's looking for an idealistic partner. And so I'm wondering if all of this shenanigans happened to almost bring his dreams to pass, okay? And so now the feminine is in Empress energy, so I'm wondering if she's feeling good about it because she's been crying a lot of tears for the past few days. And so the next card here is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a card about indecision, being in a stalemate. This card is about changing your perspective, okay? So the Empress is changing her perspective about a betrayal, okay? Now I recall the betrayal card did come out a couple days in a row, but I can't remember who it was related to. I last remember it being related to the masculine, as his mistress was making mischief. Then it's like she stabbed him in the back with the sword, and not in a literal sense, but it's like she betrayed him. So I think the feminine here, the wife, is seeing the humor, and I won't say humor because she cried too much, but she's starting to see, well, this maybe came about for my good, and I really didn't understand why. So there is a worry about money, okay? I don't know if this is related to a karmic situation or not. But anyway, there's some type of worry about money or finances are being left out in the cold from the feminine's point of view. And she was maybe carrying a lot of burdens in the relationship. Maybe she had, because sometimes when women work and sometimes have to do the domestic, and that's a lot of burdens to carry. So let me see what's going on here, because I'm not 100% sure I'm following here these last few cards. That okay, so the feminine is saying, okay, I see why all of this happened, it's bringing me a blessing, but I didn't understand all along. I don't know if there's a bill that's worrying her. I already mentioned that to you. I'm not sure if the bill is bringing her a lot of burden. Okay, so I wonder if this is about the masculine here, because the next card after the Ten of Wands is the King of Cups, okay? Notice this king has a cup in his hand, okay? He has a cup in his hand because the King of Cups sometimes is an alcoholic sometimes. So there's some type of bill here that is causing maybe perhaps the masculine to worry. And I'm not sure if he is kind of celebrating a little too much in a not so good way. And yeah, apparently he is, because this is the opportunity card. So this king is maybe out and about celebrating somewhere. I'm not sure what happened. It might be that the wife was at home dealing with a lot of domestic duties or responsibilities while her husband was out partying and socializing. And then while he was out there socializing and partying, I'm not sure if he's investing his funds in other people or if other people are investing their funds in the masculine. I'm not sure if other women are buying him drinks or something here. There's a female kind of anointing this masculine here and saying, okay, I'm going to invest in you. I'm going to invest in you. So maybe perhaps women are buying the masculine drinks at the bar or some celebration where he is located. And in his opinion, I suppose that's a victory. That's an odd sense of victory because it seems like there was some bill or something that he was worried about, or his wife was worried about. So the previous day's reading was titled Good News About Money. Today, it's almost as if the masculine had his mind working properly and he was thinking clearly. And then he got this concern about a bill and then start thinking kind of silly again and saying, well, I have a bill. Instead of me trying to earn money to pay it or come up with a strategy, I'd rather just go to the bar and go drink. That's an odd way of thinking, but I guess to each his own. I'm just telling you what the cards say, okay? So that's the end of the reading for the 26th of January, okay? You guys take care. If you need a personal reading, look in the description box below. And if you would like to make a donation, which I'd greatly appreciate, there's a link in the description box below, okay? I appreciate you guys listening. Take care, okay?